4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Wrench here. Bring us a commentary. This is going to be Group G's second set, round 16 in the Avalon MSL 2009. Com up against ForGG on Heartbreak Ridge. We're going to have ForGG as the blue terran at the far right. 3 o'clock, we're going to have Com as the red zerg at the far left. 9 o'clock. Try to get that all out of me before I had to take a breath. I think I was almost successful. So yeah, Com, after coming out with a magnificent performance in the first set, I got to give him an advantage here. Seriously, the way he outplayed ForGG, that was horrible on ForGG's part. He had an absolute advantage early on in the game, didn't capitalize on it at all, and Com just completely and absolutely outplayed him. And let's see if he does the same thing here. Com, just such an intelligent player. He does things, sometimes he beats players simply with mind games and nothing else, simply outsmarts them. And that's awesome, I gotta say. I don't know, but it feels like I haven't seen players like that much lately. There, of course, are players out there that play intelligently and such, but there haven't really been players much like that these days that play intelligent. Like, look at Jaedong and Flash and Bisu. They're players. They don't play. I wouldn't say that they play purely on their intelligence. They're players that play on skill and that kind of stuff. ForGG actually putting out a rather proxy Rax, not really that far away from his base, but not really that close to Com's base. There's a little bit of proxy, but he's actually adding a refinery, so no, that's just a forward Rax. He is going to go for mech here. So just a forward Rax that he's most likely going to float forwards, or that's more of a TVT thing, and a TVP thing. But we're going to see what that is, what it goes for anyway. Com is going to go for a 14 CC, 12 hatch. I'm sorry, the Zerg equivalent of a 14 CC. And ForGG might, if he goes for early Marines and tries to go for it here, he might actually be successful because Com is going very heavy economy. He just has to feel lucky that ForGG decided not to cheese him. At least this doesn't look like cheese, or else the Rax would have been most likely much closer to Com's base. Kamimo has an Overlord slowly inching forwards. First factory coming up. Actually, factory outside of his main. ForGG actually getting a factory outside of his main, so he's trying to go for a very early Vulture run, but we're going to see how effective this is. Also now sending in his SCV scout, so he actually has no idea what's coming up. First Marine also now on the way. Factory halfway built. Marine's going to go outside, and the Overlord's running right towards that. The Marine's most likely going to be there. Actually not going to put in any pressure. Marine's most likely just going to start attacking the Overlord, so the Overlord doesn't run here. Second Marine also coming out now. A Marine actually trying to bypass the Overlord. Most likely gets spotted by it. Yeah, definitely gets spotted by it. We're going to see whether he decides to attack. No, the Overlord is actually following the Marine instead of following more forces. So ForGG might actually be effective with this. Bunker being put down, so he's actually going for a bunker rush to start off. Bunker almost built already. So Com's hatchery is going to be in trouble. More Marines are going to be on the way, and Com's going to have to fight with drones. So Zerglings are most likely in the way. I think it's always Spawnable coming up, but 2 Marines, 3 Marines now. Vulture's going to be able up to support 4th Marine on the way as well. Start off by getting some drone kills. He really should focus a lot more on this hatchery. Try to take this hatchery. Already has that 1 SCV to support him. Zerglings now on the way. Now he has to continue 6 Zerglings. They're not going to go for this. First drone already goes down. There are going to be 4 Marines coming inside the bunker. And ForGG has to keep up the pressure, take out this hatchery, then it will be successful. Sunken colony actually being put down. I think that bunker might actually be out of range. First Vulture on the way with more Marines. Now he has to really focus. Marines are going to actually move out of the bunker. So Com did just with that sunken colony, is forcing the Marines to get out of the bunker. But there's 3 more Marines and a Vulture coming out. Now the sunken colony has to be taken out. If ForGG doesn't take out the sunken colony, he'd be a lot of trouble. Now he has to micro his Vultures while also making sure that Marines doesn't get picked off. 1 Marine already get picked off. Com getting as many Zerglings as he possibly can, and several drones helping alongside Vulture. Almost they're getting picked up, but Sun Colony now is up. It's heavily damaged, but not damaged enough. So ForGG, we're going to see what he actually decides to sacrifice. Yeah, he's going to sacrifice this bunker. He's going to most likely lose the forces inside of it. Marines pop out just before it goes down. 1 Marine instantly loses its life to a second colony, and now ForGG is going to be in a lot of trouble. Overlord for Commentary running inside of ForGG's base. So ForGG, at the least, is keeping a hold around Com's hatchery expansion, but he did not manage to take out the hatchery. It was not successful. He should have focused a lot more on the hatchery. Com actually has speed for his Zerkers now. He's going to go around and now going to clean this up. The Vultures are there, though, so he's not going to go all in right away. He has a Spider-Man on the side of his main, and don't really see ForGG having encountered this. He is something is spinning inside his main. Might be speed. I think he might be going for speed. Might be going for mines to help him along against those Zerglings. Might even be going for siege to get a first tank out there to help him siege up against the sunken colony. Then he'll be able to break through. But a lot of Zerglings now a couple of Marines alongside Vultures, even more Zerglings going to be built. And I think Calm's going to go for it here. It has more than a control group of Zerglings. First of all, is going to definitely be able to kill all these Marines. Now going to go for these Vultures, but 3 Vultures now for GG, so they're going to be able to do some damage. And Calm actually ran a lot of his Zerglings to the north, and ForGG not reacting to this at all. I think they might actually be able to run right inside of ForGG's main. Speed upgraded. Mutalisks, well, not really on the way, but nothing really much. Going to dump in ForGG just now moving his Vultures back far too late. Going to try to attack some Zerglings. I feel the Zerglings are actually going to hold the Vultures away. And now 4 Zerglings are right inside of ForGG's main. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage. The Zerglings holding back the Vultures. One of the Vultures goes down, but those Zerglings are going to be able to do a lot of damage. SCV's not even fighting back. Finally now starting to fight back. The Zerglings also doing a lot of damage to the Vulture. Finally now back. So ForGG losing SCV's left and right. Calm Zerglings finally going to peter out. One single Zergling left. Most likely going to get taken out fairly soon. But Mulos now on the way. And ForGG has no foreseeable defense for it. I don't even think he knows that Calm is going for Mutalisks. But as soon as those Mutalisks going to pop out, that's going to be it. That's going to be game. He only has a few Marines. There's no Academy up. He has nothing to support them. He just has Vultures and Marines. It really has to go for something here. Marines start off by running right towards the Vultures now coming in. They start off by taking down the second colony with his Marines, trying to use the Vultures to block off the drones as well as the Zerglings. Second colony has, of course, recovered just a little bit. Second colony almost going down, barely holding in, barely. Mutalisks now have popped, and with these Mutalisks pop ForGG, oh, you can instantly spot the look on his face. Second colony does go down, so Vultures are going to be able to run in and do some damage. Now he has to take out as many drones humanly possible, but I think still it's not going to help him out as soon as those Mutalisks are going to fly towards base. He's really just trying to keep Calm inside of his main right now, taking out several drones. More drones go down. So very good in that regard, taking out microing against those Zerglings. Does have speed for those Vultures, so he's going to be able to just run around, possibly take out more Zerglings. Only 1 Vulture left now. Take out 1 more drone before the Vulture is going to lose its life. But Vulture now going to run inside of the natural expansion. There are Zerglings there to help against those. But the Zerglings, of course, with speed upgrade, are a lot more effective against the Vulture, despite the Vulture having speed itself. Still, ForGG managed to keep the Vulture inside of Calm's mistakes, so yet another drone, so he's done a lot of damage economically, but Calm on the opposite side has a couple of Mutalisks attacking the CV line inside of ForGG's main. A lot of SCVs going to go down. There is an engineering base was trying to be built, but Mutalisks are going to be able to kill any SCVs as soon as they try to build their engineering base. So at this point, I don't really see ForGG at all coming back in this game. More Mutalisks on the way. A lot of economic damage done on both sides. Marines trying to engage these Mutalisks futilely. It is absolutely futile. ForGG's lost so many CVs at this point, trying to rebuild more Marines to run in here. Vulture alongside a couple of Marines, but Mutalisks and Zerglings are going to be able to hold this back. So ForGG at this point is going to get himself knocked out of the round of 16 in the Avalon MSL. Honestly, underperforming. This is strategy. Going for a strategy that he wasn't aggressive with yet again. I felt that was his weakness in the first set, that he simply was not aggressive enough with his strategy, and I think that's what causes him to lose the game. He's put up a couple of turrets, but the Mutalisks are simply keeping out of the range. Most of the drones have been killed at this point, so ForGG has done a lot of economic damage, but he himself has a lot of trouble. Lost most of his SCVs, all his SCVs, floating his command center up, so at this point doesn't really have any economy whatsoever. His last SCV now finally, okay, he has 3 more SCVs up there. He's going to try to float his command center down, trying to distance mine a little bit, just in the safety of those, turrets. But Calm himself only has 1 single drone apparently, but he has a lot more force on the ground and in the air. So he was just floated one of his drones up into the right up hand corner of his base. You can tell he's not mining at all at this point. Has only 100 minerals and double-digit gas. But now going to go for these turrets, and with the end of these turrets, that's going to be it. Now GG. Oh, he's not. He was just about ready to type in GG, but delayed that a little bit. You can see on his first-person screen, he was going to type in, but decided against it. So, yeah, you could kind of see the process of the players getting ready to type in GG. 1 single drone, finally GG. The Vulture was actually going to go run inside and hunt down the last drone that Calm had, but I still don't think that would have made a difference. So if it had come down to an elimination match, there were still a few Zerglings on the that could pop for Calm if he went for that, and he still had a lot more force on the ground, so he would have destroyed ForGG. So Calm is going to go to the round of 8 in the Avalon MSL, and I'm really happy to see him go. I really look forward to see what else he can bring to this game. I'm not quite sure who he's going to face up against yet, but whatever happens, I'm sure it'll be very interesting. So, GG guys, thanks for listening. Branching out.